Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it looks like the Valiant Lady, the second cruise ship in the Virgin Cruise Line fleet, was running into some issues, and one of them is really tragic. Passengers on board right now, the Valiant Lady. It is deemed as it looks like it's like an 80s cruise. It has some pop singers from the 80s to Paul and Tony Hadley. To be honest, when I looked at the names, and I don't know them, but I would probably recognize their songs, and especially if I lived in the UK, I would probably know who these people are. Just over my head on board. But people were expecting this to be a fun, like themed music entertainment cruise, but it seemed to be deemed with a little bit of a curse right from the start. At one point during the cruise, they started having to move around the entertainment to different times than the scheduled times. Then they started to miss some ports and be late to going on to one port. Then they ran out of, now get this, you're on a Virgin Cruise Line's rock star kind of cruise, and they started running out of food and drinks during the cruise. Needless to say, this did not make a lot of the passengers happy. Then all of a sudden, the Wi-Fi stopped working on board the ship as well. See what I mean by it just seemed to be compounding and compounding and compounding. Then partway into the cruise, a passenger got so very ill that they had to be airlifted off the ship, which also ran a good part of the evening as it postponed the cruise ship's destination once again. You can see, and apparently the passenger is doing okay from the words we've heard so far. We wish that passenger all the best. Hope that they recover very quickly. It's a good thing that they are, relatively close to shore, that they can send out helicopter and pick people up. They're not halfway across the Atlantic on a transatlantic cruise. That's when it's the worst possible time to get gravely ill on a cruise ship. But yeah, it just over and over, things just started happening on this cruise. And now the very worst possible scenario happened. A passenger went overboard as well. And it has been confirmed that it was self-inflicted. The person did this of their own accord. There is no foul play suspected. It's not known if it was passengers who witnessed it or if it was witnessed on the closed-circuit TV. Hearts, thoughts, prayers go out to the family of the passenger who went overboard. The cruise did stop immediately when they noticed that the passenger had gone overboard, turned around, started a search. 2 marine vessels in the area also joined the search. France and Spain each sent their own, one sent a plane, fixed-wing plane, one sent a helicopter to assist in the search. Unfortunately, the search was later called off that afternoon, and the passenger is presumed lost at sea. Again, no names released, which is great, because I do not like to say anybody's name on board, other than to say to the families, our thoughts are with you during this hard time. So yeah, it's not been a very pleasant cruise on the Valiant Lady. Changing itineraries, airlifted sick passengers, Wi-Fi breaking down, missing cruise ports, and man overboard running out of food and drink. A spokesperson for Virgin Cruise Lines has said that they did have a passenger appear to have gone overboard on the ship of their own accord, but they also made some comments on running out of food and drink, saying that we strive to have our guests experience a rock star, once-in-a-lifetime experience, and we have to do better, and we will do better. Great. Now, what I haven't heard is if they've offered anything on board. Have they offered, well, we ran out of drinks and food yesterday. Everybody gets on $100 onboard credit. Or a night of, there's no specialty dining really on board. So I don't know. I don't know what they are offering or if anything on board, but there are some people who were very upset on the cruise that they were doing these things. But, you know, in hindsight, when you have to airlift a very sick passenger and then another one goes overboard, missing your Wi-Fi for a day or two just doesn't seem like that big a deal anymore. And the mood on the ship turned from party festival into condolences and sadness on the ship. And so it's funny how certain things that can happen can really put your cruise in perspective, right? Oh no, I couldn't send an email last night. Somebody overboard. It's like night and day in the grand scheme of things. Well, hope the Valiant Lady has a much better next cruise and cruises after that. It was not I believe this is the first time Virgin Cruise Line has experienced a man overboard. I'm not sure, but I don't remember recalling a story. And this is the first time their crew members have to deal with it along with the passengers as well. It's not always an easy thing to have a passenger go overboard for the crew members who head out and search, and might have been the room steward of this passenger who got to know them, or the waiter. You'd be surprised how much this can affect crew members, not just passengers, families, and friends on board. So I want to give a shout out to the crew members and hope that they're doing well in this tragic event. Well, I hope you appreciate this news update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, not for the story, for the info. I never want a thumbs up. You know what I mean. And until next time, please everybody, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.